Okay.
Let me just find it. Oh my God. That is 6 stars. So good day class. Today we shall begin with letter writing. The first section we have treated is formal letter. The other section we have to treat is very important is the informal letters. The informal letters. Now, when the word informal letters is mentioned, it's simply talking about letters that we write to those that are close to us. Letters that are written to those that are familiar with us. Okay? So, this letter is also called personal letters. It's also called personal letters. Personal letters. In other words, letters written to those that are friendly, that doesn't involve rigid rules, but involves flexible rules. Flexible rules. And their letters we also write to our friends and relatives. And there are also letters we write to members of our family. The nuclear family consists of nuclear family and our extended family. Nuclear family such as father, mother, and the siblings, brothers and sisters. While the extended families could be our aunties, uncles, nephews, nieces, and other close and distant relatives. Now, how do we write informal letters? The first step is to know the features of informal letters. The features of informal letters. I can call it personal letters. Now, what are the features that we can have under informal letters? One, it has only one address. It has one address. It has one address. And this is the address of the writer. Address of the writer or the sender. The writer or the sender of the letter. And this letter often begins at the top right hand side. And it must be in block form. For instance, let me give us a typical address. And that address should be our home address. Our home address. Person writing in a writer should write it to our home address at the top right hand side. For instance, person must start with the address is number 4. Let me make my address where I live. For instance, 14, comma. You write Isoto Street. Isoto Street. Make sure you put a comma. Then after that, where is Isoto Street? Isoto Street is a command. Where it is. Then comma. Where is command? In Alimosho. The local government comes next. For the local government, then where is Alimosho? In Lagos. Then you write the date you are writing the letter. 7 TH July 2021. 2021. So 2021. So make sure your letter is written on a straight line. Make sure you watch with your eyes that this is written in a straight line. That's what we call block form. The block form. This is the letter of the person writing the letter. You can see at the top right hand side. Then, for instance, you are writing to your uncle. Any letter you are writing to members of your immediate family or to an extended family, an informal letter. For instance, the question came out in Waec. It says write a letter to your uncle. Write a letter to your uncle. Now, that letter says in Waec there's a nagging problem. A nagging problem in your family. Write a letter to your uncle. Write a letter to your uncle telling him about the problem. Because that problem has defied solutions. Telling your uncle about the problem and advising him to suggest, to intervene in this problem. How do you start with that kind of letter? Now, write to your uncle. For instance, this is the line on your notes. Your white answer sheet, you have lines like this. Practical lines. Don't start writing to your uncle from that same line. You come down. See the line on your notes. Every line, every book has a line like this, called a marginal line. Very important observation. You will start under that same line where that date has been written. You can start writing with dear, you write the name of that your uncle. Dear Uncle Francis, comma. Make sure you use, why you're putting you in capital letter, because it is a title. Every title, chief, professor, doctor, engineer, uncle, it must begin with capital letters. That's why I'm putting in capital letters. The D must be in capital letters. Dear Uncle Francis. The name of that person, because the proper noun, it must begin with the name of any person, always begin with capital letter. Then comma. That is this part is called the salutation. The salutation. Very important. The address to the salutation. The salutation. Dear Uncle Francis. Then number 3, what is the third part of informal letter is the introduction. The introductory paragraph. Introductory paragraph. Now, having written the title, now how do you relate with your uncle? You can start by greeting. How are you? There are methods to greet. Roman figure 1 can begin with greeting. Roman figure 2, you could begin with thanks. Thanks or appreciation. Thanks or appreciation. Appreciation, very important. Appreciation. Then 3, you can start on a negative note. On a negative note. Negative note, very important. Negative note. Or you can start with absence. Absence. The kind of absence. Now, what a lot of students start with greeting. How are you? Alright, the next introductory paragraph, it must begin between here and the title. From here. Must begin in the paragraph. How are you? How are you? Question mark. Then how are members of the family? I hope everyone is fine. How is your work? How is your work? Very important. How is your work? How is your work? How is your family? I hope everything is fine over there. Then the purpose. The purpose of writing this letter is to let you know the problems we are facing in our family, and I'm advising you to intervene in this problem. Full stop. They start telling him, that's the first paragraph, talking paragraph. Then the next paragraph is the body of the letter. Now, if you don't want to begin in greeting, you can also begin by appreciation. You appreciate your uncle. You thank him. You thank him for something he has given you before. Maybe your birthday, some time ago, he bought you something. You appreciate the person before you start telling him or her your problem. Or you can start on a negative note. That your uncle that you're writing to may have been sick for some time, or may have been sick for a given period of time past. So you have to remember the sickness that you were told. You can start with compliments of the season. Compliments of the season. So I met Auntie, can be any Auntie Mary, on my way to Victoria Island. So she told me that you had an accident while being conveyed to your work. I hope your injury has healed. That's full stop. Then before that, then my aim of writing this letter, so you can start on a negative note, is very important. So either of these three, anyone goes. Very important. Then the next thing to do is the body of the letter. The body of the letter. The body of the letter. How are we going to write the body of this letter, which is another crucial part of this letter? We can begin with connectives. Connectives. Like to begin with. You start by telling your uncle the problem, the topic of that letter, how the problem started in the first place, what warranted the problem. It could be a problem of school fees, it could be a problem about the maid or the person serving your parents. It could be any problem, so you just start with the problem itself to begin with. Then, in the body of the letter, there is no rigid rule. It's a very simple form of letter. It's flexible. You can use colloquial language. You can use Okada. You can use words like keke, mawa. But you must quote it. Instead of using motorcycle, instead of using tricycle, you can use keke mawa, which is the use of colloquial language. Colloquial language is allowed. Colloquial language is allowed. It's allowed in an informal level. It's allowed. Another aspect of informal letter that is allowed, but it is limited. If you're writing to your parents, well, you can still use this. Which is very important. Another aspect of informal letter, which makes it flexible, is that you can abbreviate words. Abbreviation is allowed. Is allowed. Instead of writing words in short form, like can't. You can write can't, you can write don't, which you cannot write in formal letters. So writing shortened words in informal letters are allowed. They are permissible. There is no rigid rule guiding that. But in formal letters, you are not allowed to shorten any word. Another form of rule, again, which makes it flexible, that at the end of the paragraph, but take note, your body of the letter must be at least 4 to 5 paragraphs. 4 to 5 paragraphs, which makes it, the first paragraph is how are you? You have left the first paragraph. The body of the letter has the second paragraph. So your your issues as you are breaking it down must be in paragraphs. 4 to 5 paragraphs, very important, which we sum it up to 450 words. Your essay, your letter must be at least 1.5 page. 450 words means 1.5 page. Make it a standard letter. A standard letter. It should be at least 1 full page and a half page, which makes your letter a standard letter. Now, how do we close this letter? Very important. How do we close the letter? How do we now summarize it? That's what we call the concluding paragraph. The concluding paragraph. The concluding paragraph. Now, the concluding paragraph often ends with words of greetings. Words of what? Greeting. Words of greeting. That means at the end of the informal letter, that last paragraph can end with words of greeting. For instance, say hi, say me well, extend my regards, extend my greetings to Joy, Mary, Franca, Bola, and other members of the family. Tell them I will be back home very soon or during the Xmas season. Full stop. That's a very good way of greeting at the end. That greeting is very important before leaving, dropping your pen. That greeting is very important. Or if you don't want to go the form of greeting, you can go in the words, you can end in the words of reminders. Reminders. That concluding paragraph can end in reminders. Don't forget my birthday coming up on 25th of December. Make sure you invite friends so that it can be groovy, so that it can be exciting. Don't forget to inform Bola, Choma, and others. Don't forget, just try to give words of reminders at the end of that paragraph. It's also a very important way. Or the last point, how can you end in words of promise? Word of promise. Try to advise the person. Advise the person, not just reminding the person. Advise the person. Please ensure you take care of your parents. Ensure you study hard. Ensure you come home on time. When you ensure you don't lavish your life on campus. There should be words of promise or advice. Very important. A lot of people need advice. So advice is very important. Not just greeting the person, but advice is also needed in informal letters because they're personal letters. Not like you have personal touch with people close to you. And that's the concluding paragraph. Now the last line under the concluding paragraph is what we call the subscription. Subscription, it can end with catch you soon, or see you soon. That's the last line. The last line of every part of informal letter. The last line of every formal letter is thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. No greeting. But in informal letter, the last line is see you soon. Take care. Some of these words, take care. See, those words are very important for communication purposes. To keep communication alive is very important. Now, the end of the informal letters is always at the bottom right hand side. Very important. And it ends with yours sincerely. Yours sincerely. Now, the Y is always in capital letters and the format. Why the sincerely is in small letter. Just sincerely. The format that has to be funny. But many people can write in your uncle and you are a man. you can end with your nephew. Your nephew. So if you are a female, you can end with your niece. Because that is another way of ending. But generally, a lot of people don't know whether to use yours affectionately. Your nephew, just end with yours sincerely. They'll be on the same side. Now the next thing is your first name. The name is James. Right? So there's no need of signing. Signing will be irrelevant because you only sign when you are treating informal letters. You only sign when you are treating informal letters. Now take note of the differences. Yours sincerely, your first name, not even your surname. Or if you don't want to write your first name, you can write the name that your uncle do call you. It can be yours sincerely. Yours sincerely, you can write MacDon. MacDon. It can be your nickname. They call it nickname. Or your name, your first name or your nickname. Your nickname. Now if you are writing to your brothers or sisters, that one you can end with your brother. Now take note, this brother will be in small letter. Why? Because it is a common noun. Common noun. But if it is a proper noun, it will be in capital letter. Brother. But brother, common nouns are names given to a general group. Brother, everybody can be a brother. But proper nouns are names like James. So that name of a particular person will begin like MacDon. Name of a particular person will begin in capital letter. Brother, your sister. Every other one word that is common to a group to be written in small letter. Now, you're writing to your brother or your sister. You can end with your brother or your sincere or your brother. Or don't end with your brother. You can end with your pal. Your pal. Correct. Your pal means your guy. Your pal. Because it's informal. Your pal, James. And your brother knows you by that name, James. Your pal, James. It's correct. Your pal, James. It's correct. So informal letters have different. It's that's why a lot of students attend informal letters because it's flexible. The rules are not too rigid, unlike informal letters. So your pal. Another way you can end informal letters is you can write best regards. Best regards. Best regards. Writing to your uncle, your brothers, your sister, your auntie. Best regards. That means you are wishing that person well. Best regards. Don't write your name here, James. Best regards, James. Some will write best wishes. You can write best wishes. Best wishes. I mean, you're wishing the person very well, James. Now, the informal letters have many ways to end it, but these are the popular ways. Best wishes. And directly under yours. And take note, this should not be put in apostrophes. A lot of students normally use yours, now put apostrophe. Now, when you use yours and apostrophe s, it means your is. Think of that, it's very wrong. So yours for possession. This one means your is. So it's wrong. So that's a very good distinction between it. So if you have any question, how the beginning is and the end, so you can let us know. Remember the top right hand corner and writer's address. When you are writing to here the person's first name, comma, you read the person. Now the body of the letter, 4 paragraphs at least, 1.5 page. The rules are flexible. You can use for local expression. You can use your native language, but make sure you quote it. Then you end it with yours sincerely, generally. You write your first name directly under it. That's how it is going to be. If you have any question from here, you can ask. We shall continue from here in our next class. Thank you very much.
So under inform, I don't need to sign.
No.
Why is it that best regards, that R is in capital letters?
Yes, it's fixed.
Okay.
This one is fixed. Best regards is fixed. They are fixed. Best wishes, best regard, they are fixed. They'll be in capital letters. And your first name, no signature. Not even your name and surname. One name. That's informal. That's how we call it a day.